Hey everyone, welcome to Smash Trivia. I'm your host, Smash Trivia John. You can find me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Instagram by searching Smash Trivia to follow everything happening with me. I'll be the one with the big old green head in the profile picture. I'm so excited to get into this. This is the Gamma analysis. Basically, in this series, I'm going to review everything Hulk, all the movies and TV shows, and maybe at some point I could get into comics, but that's a while off. Hope you enjoy. Smash Trivia presents the Gamma analysis. I want to ask everyone listening if they could please do something for me. Please share the hell out of this podcast with all your friends. I really want to get the Gamma analysis to be big enough that by the time She-Hulk comes out, maybe I could become press and either get the first episode early or be invited to premiere or even just get one of the press goodie bags. For this episode, I'm actually not going to review anything. Instead, we're going to be doing something purely fun, having the first ever Gamma Games, aka a Hulk themed Hunger Games. We'll be using the Hunger Games simulator, which you can find online, and Hulk related characters. I'll be reading and commentating the story I created with my co-host. Our co-host today is Keith, aka KeithSketches, aka Filmkritter with a K. How you doing, Keith?
I don't know if the microphone picked that up, but I did watch the Hunger Games last year. I just watched all the Hunger Games with my fiance last year, and we had a good time. A great bunch of movies, so I am very excited to see how the Hulk bunch fare in such a stressful environment.
Oh yeah, I love those movies. As I read the 3 books as well. I have not read the prequel. But I heard they had just announced they're making the prequel into a movie. I think it's coming out either next year or the year after that. So that's gonna be interesting.
I see like a weird de-aged cartoon or something of Donald Sutherland's character? I feel like what's his name? The President Snow?
President Snow. Yeah.
No, yeah, like I saw like a young version of him, and I was like, "Oh, is that who's in the prequel?" I wonder. I had no idea. I forgot there was a prequel, and I'm sure I sold it when I worked at the toy store.
Well, I imagine I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be live action, so I won't think it will be cartoon President.
Yeah, I think someone just drew that for advertising purposes.
But I think it's gonna be interesting. I don't know anything about the story, but it's not it's not even called Hunger Games. It's called Ballot of, I think, like Songfire and something. But yeah.
That does sound like a Hunger Games book, period. The Ballad of the Songfire, something. Yeah, like you could even leave the something in there and it would still sound like it.
Yeah, I think it came out. The book came out like 2 or 3 years ago, something like that. I haven't looked much into it. Yeah, so
I think it did. I think that was the last year I was working at the toy store I worked at for 4 years or 5 years, sorry. And that book came out. It was a very big deal when it came out. We made a huge deal about it when we were marketing it.
Makes sense. Since it's a really popular franchise.
Yeah, they were like, this is gonna fly off your shelves, and it did. I think it did for the first couple weeks.
So my trivia question for you today, and this involves one of our characters that we have in the Hunger Games. So Jennifer Connelly played Betty Ross in the Hulk 2003. Right. What Marvel character would she go on to play in the MCU? And in what film?
She played, and I can't remember the name of that they give her, but it's suit voice lady in Homecoming, when Peter's first suit from Iron Man, he discovers that it has a voice inside it. And I want to say, I don't think it was Karen, because I think that would have been a bad choice, but I feel like it was something similar to that. Oh damn, that's gonna bug me. But yeah, that's who Jennifer Connelly was.
All right. Well, I'll reveal the full answer later in the show. All right. So now I want to put a disclaimer before we start. So that while I will be using names of Hulk characters in this simulator, none of them will have their abilities, as there's no good way of giving people abilities in the simulator. So don't
'Cause the
take
Hulk
this
would
as
win.
a definitive of this is what would happen if these characters, if they were in the Hunger Games. This is just for fun. And the podcast I want to shout out this week is Shoot the Flick. I listened to their episode on the 2008 Incredible Hulk film after I did my review, and it was absolutely hilarious. So I highly recommend them if you want a great laugh. All right, so let's get started with this Gamma Games. Our participants we have from District 1, Avengers Hulk, Avengers Bruce Banner, meaning a Mark Ruffalo version of the character.
Of course.
2008 Hulk, 2008 Bruce Banner, the Edward Norton version of the character. 2003 Hulk, 2003 Bruce Banner, which is the Eric Bana version of the Hulk. The 70s is Hulk played by Lou Ferrigno, and the 70s David Banner are played by Bill Bixby. Those last four were from District 2. And then District 3, we have the 2008 Betty Ross, played by Liv Tyler. We have the 2003 Betty Ross, who was played by Jennifer Connelly, as we just talked about. And then we have the 2008 Thunderbolt Ross and the 2003 Thunderbolt Ross. And then in District 4, we have the MCU She-Hulk. We have the 90s cartoon She-Hulk. We have the Bi Beast. And we have Howard the Duck. The Bi Beast is, I can't really tell you a lot about the character. All I know really much about him is he has two heads, and that and he was a character that was suggested to be part of this by the Gamma Charge podcast. So I want to make sure to put him in there for this. And then in District 5, we have the Grandmaster, which is the leader of Skaar in the MCU. We have the Red King, which is the leader of Skaar in the comics. We have the leader, which is the character that Samuel Turns was supposed to turn into after the 2008 Incredible Hulk film. We have the Abomination from the 2008 Incredible Hulk film. We have in District 6, we have Rio and Rick Jones from the 80s Incredible Hulk cartoon. And then we have two ones that are just funny ones. We have Nick Cage's Hulk. And then the last one from District 6 is Brandon doing a Matthew McConaughey voice as Hulk from the Avengers podcast. And then District 7, we have Skaar Hulkson, which is the son of Hulk. We have the Joe Fixit Gray Hulk. We have Amadeus Cho, which is who turned into the Hulk after Bruce stopped being the Hulk for a time in the comics. We have the Rick Jones owns A-Bomb from Hulk and the Agents of Smash TV show. And then in District 8, we have Glenn Talbot. And for this, I'm going to say that this is the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. version of the character, as that's the only version we have in live action. And then we have Doc Samson, in which we'll have that being the 2008 Incredible Hulk film version, which is played by the actor who played Phil Dunphy in Modern Family.
Yes.
Then Hiro-Kala, Hulk's son, which is Hulk's other son. And then and Caiera, which is Hulk's wife. And then in District 9, we have Elloe Kaifi.
Wait, say that one again.
Elloe Kaifi. a Hiroim, Korg and Miek, which those are the four people that Hulk is basically a team with in the Planet Hulk storyline, as they were also people who were are supposed to be in the Gladiator arena. I think, if I remember right, they're called the Warbound. And then in District 10 we have Brian Banner, the awful person that is Bruce Banner's father. We have Absorbing Man and Zzzax, which those are the two characters that were merged with Brian Banner as the villain for the Hulk 2003. We have Maestro, which is a future evil version of Hulk. Then we have Gargoyle, Ringmaster, Oddman, and Tyrannus is for District 11. Those are the first ever villains in Hulk comics. And then in District 12, we have Jack McGee, the reporter that we all know and love from the 70s Hulk TV series. We have Dr. Elaina Marks, also from the 70s Hulk series, the first love interest that we see in the show.
The best love interest.
And then we have Rocky from Keith's favorite episode of the show. And then we have Dr. Claudia Baxter, who was a love interest in the zoo episode of the show.
The Beast Within.
Yes.
Episode 4.
Something like that.
Yes. The character that's not Elaina Marks. Okay, my God. I didn't realize the Hunger Games had 500 contestants per game. That's insane, man. How did you fill all those slots? Well, I know how you filled them. You reached to every corner of the earth of Hulk characters. I'm very impressed. Holy shit, man. You had like 3 Samsons?
No, I only had I had one Doc Samson.
Oh, really? I thought it was Doc Samson and like another one that. Oh, maybe I misunderstood that. Continue. I'm going to keep reacting, and I love this.
Okay. Well, to start things off, as the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Rick Jones grabs a backpack, not realizing it's empty. Joe Fixit Gray Hulk grabs a shovel. Korg runs away from the cornucopia. The 2008 Bruce Banner runs away from the cornucopia. Rick Jones owns A-Bomb, runs away from the cornucopia. The 70s David Banner runs away from the cornucopia. Gargoyle grabs a backpack and retreats. Howard the Duck runs away from the cornucopia. Caiera grabs the backpack and retreats. The Red King pushes 2008 Thunderbolt Ross off a cliff during a knife fight.
Oh, dear.
2003, a Bruce Banner finds a bag full of explosives. Hiroim takes a handful of throwing knives. Glenn Talbot runs away from the cornucopia. Miek shoots an arrow into the Avengers Bruce Banner's head. The Grandmaster runs away from the cornucopia. Tyrannus.
Wait, so Mark Ruffalo's dead?
Yup.
Oh my God! I really thought he'd last. Holy shit.
So far, our the only 2 people who have died is the 2008 Thunderbolt Ross and Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner.
Oh my goodness.
So Grandmaster runs away from the cornucopia. Tyrannus grabs the sword. Rio runs away from the cornucopia. The MCU She-Hulk finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Rocky stays at the cornucopia for resources. Brandon voicing Matthew McConaughey as Hulk takes a spear from inside the cornucopia. Hiro-Kala Hulkson finds a canteen full of water. Dr. Claudia Baxter finds a bow, some arrows, and a quiver. The Beast runs away from the cornucopia. Maestro runs away from the cornucopia. The leader engages Ringmaster after engaging. The leader strangles Ringmaster after engaging in a fist fight.
Oh my goodness.
Elloe,
the leader does not normally engage in fistfights.
Yeah, no, he doesn't. Not normally.
But you know what? Against the Ringmaster, I would too. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy and his hat.
They're both people who use mind-related abilities in the comics. So it's funny that they fought in this.
They fought with their fists. he's like there can only be one mind control man. Damn it.
Kaifi runs away from the cornucopia. The 90s cartoon She-Hulk grabs a shield, leaning on the cornucopia. Nick Cage Hulk grabs a shield, leaning on the cornucopia. The Toadmen find a backpack full of camping equipment. Jack McGee accidentally steps on a landmine. I guess nobody is going
me when I'm exploded.
I guess nobody is going to be writing a story about this Hunger Games.
This one does not make it to the press, not at all.
2003 Thunderbolt Ross finds Brian Banner hiding in the cornucopia and kills him. Probably the best thing that'll happen in this game.
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Brian Banner sucks.
Yep.
Take that, Nick Nolte, and he'd be like, I deserved it.
So the 2008 Hulk runs away from the cornucopia. Skaar, Hulkson, runs away from the cornucopia.
I want to know how many times you've said we should have a cornucopia count at this point. My God, man. I didn't even know that was the name of the thing in Hunger Games.
Yep. Continue. That's what
it's called.
The thing that they is in the middle. Since it's
the cornucopia part.
It's based. Yeah, that's called a cornucopia. It's based obviously on the look of a cornucopia filled with food, but they put weapons inside it, and it's giant instead.
Fair.
So
it's the only cornucopia I know of.
Yeah. Zzzax breaks the Avengers Hulk's nose for a basket of bread.
Well, I thought he was dead. He goes up to a dead body and breaks his nose.
I don't. No. Bruce Banner's
dead, and
Hulk's
now
not
Avengers
dead.
Hulk has a broken nose. Okay,
Yes.
okay, I'm following.
Yes.
Jeez, you got a lot of characters here.
All
right.
I probably did too many. But Absorbing Man grabs a jar of fishing bait while Doc Samson and gets some fishing gear.
Oh, it sounds like they're gonna have a nice afternoon.
Yeah. 2008 Betty Ross runs away from the cornucopia. The 70s Hulk runs away from the cornucopia. Dr. Elaina Marks retrieves a trident from inside the cornucopia.
Dope. That's amazing.
Yep.
I'm rooting for her, and now she has a fucking trident.
Yeah.
Nobody has powers. She grabbed a trident. I'm excited.
Abomination snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag. Amadeus
sounds like him.
Takes a sickle from the cornucopia. 2003 Betty Ross runs away from the cornucopia, and the 2003 Hulk snatches a bottle of alcohol and a rag.
Damn.
All right. So anything more you'd like to say before I continue with the next page of a more surprise? Are you very surprised by what's happened so far?
We don't have time for the amount of questions I have. I'm still rooting for Elaina Marks. I want nothing but the best for her, and for her to not die in the first episode of this, like she did in the 70s.
Oh God.
So let's see what happens on page 2.
Hey, since as Jack McGee is no longer around, there's no need for the building to get exploded. But we
Very true. Very true. Jack McGee has. Well, how did he die again?
I can't see to go back to it. So sadly can't tell you, but
no worries. The listeners know.
Yes. So Rick Jones injures himself. Maestro questions his sanity, which that makes sense for an evil Hulk from the future to question his sanity.
Been there, man.
Miek tries to spear fish with a trident. The Red King, the Toadman, Rick Jones, Zabob, and an Abomination, and all raid Hiro-Kala's camp while he is hunting. Skaar, our Hulkson, also goes hunting. So both the Hulksons are hunting now.
Sounds like they know what they're doing.
Yeah. The 70s Hulk receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. Absorbing Man convinces the 2008 Betty Ross to not kill him. Only to kill her instead. And then Rocky discovers a river. Joe Fixit Gray Hulk overhears Grandmaster and Brandon as Matthew McConaughey as Hulk talking in the distance. That would be a really interesting conversation. Grandmaster and Brandon and being a Matthew McConaughey as Hulk. Oh my god.
He's definitely doing the chant that McConaughey does from Wolf of Wall Street, where it's just like, Like that's what he's doing in this moment in my mind. Brandon, not Matthew McConaughey, of course. It's just Brandon. Brandon.
Rio sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate.
That's a big mistake. Rookie mistake. You got to investigate smoke, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, 2003, Bruce Banner sprains his ankle while running away from the 90s cartoon She-Hulk. 2008, Bruce Banner searches for firewood. Gargoyle searches for a water source. The Bi Beast and Hiroim split up to search for resources.
Bi Beast is curious as expected.
Yeah. Amadeus.
That's a bi-curious joke, by the way.
Yeah. Amadeus Cho makes a wooden spear.
Smart.
Tyrannus sets an explosive off, killing Nick Cage, Hulk, and Caiera.
No!
Oh no!
No, I don't really care about Caiera, but my God, Nick Cage. That's so sad.
Howard the Duck tries to sleep through the entire day.
In very Howard Duck fashion. Was that planned? That's amazing that lined up so
well. I definitely didn't plan anything.
He just rolls over. I'm just imagining he's got like a big leaf and he just rolls the fuck over. Yeah, fuck this.
Yep. And he's small enough that people probably won't notice him.
Yeah. He could be like floating around and splashing in the water. People still wouldn't notice he's part of this Hunger Game. Oh, yeah. He could win. He could take it. He could take it all, man.
Oh. 2003 Thunderbolt Ross receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. I don't think any version of Thunderbolt Ross should be having explosives.
And this isn't something that blows him up. This is a gift for him to use on someone.
Oh yeah, from a sponsor. Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't give that motherfucker anything. He is conniving.
Oh my god. Dr. Claudia Baxter's is brutal. So she set an explosive off that killed the 2008 Hulk, Glenn Talbot, Avengers Hulk, and Elloe Kilothi. And then
oh my god.
70s David Banner.
Our Claudia Baxter killed 2 Hulks and 2 guys I don't know. My god.
One girl.
Okay.
Elloe is a girl. 70s is David Banner defeats MCU She-Hulk in a fight, but spares her life.
Oh,
I don't think that should be happening, but that works. But
I mean, no one said Bill Bixby was smart. They just said he was just charming, and he's a sucker for women. Yeah, he's a flirt.
Korg thinks about home, which seems like a Korg thing to do.
Everyone's dying around him. He's like, "I'm just thinking about home. Yeah,
oh yes,
that'd be nice. I go home.
Where's all my rock friends? Yeah. Where are they?
Yeah, this place could use with more rock people.
Yeah,
pull me off. Yeah."
Zzzax tries to spear fish with a trident. Elaina Arcs runs away from the leader. Doc Samson sees smoke rising in the distance, but decides not to investigate.
Why do people keep doing that? That's like every time. Is that just the sentence that keeps getting recycled? Is you see smoke, you decide not to investigate? Is every smoke stack or every smoke signal is a trap? Is that
guessing? I'm guessing it's like someone's camp, and and these people are like, I'm not equipped to deal with it. It's someone who has their own camp.
Yeah. If they had the time to go and create a fire in this distressful moment, then that means they are well equipped with friends and resources. Yeah, that's fair. That's
definitely fair. 2003 Hulk sprains his ankle while running away from 2003's Betty Ross. Wow. You'd think people who are supposed to be in a relationship together would be so angry at each other, but
I would say out of the Betty Rosses we've met thus far in the live action Hulks, that is the one that I would be more afraid of. Yes, Jennifer Connelly is very intimidating. Yeah, I'd be like, I don't even know what I want to say to her. Just run away.
Right. So as the night begins, we see a 12 cannon shots in the distance, and we have our first dead was the 2008 Thunderbolt Ross, and then the Avengers Bruce Banner.
Nice.
The Ringmaster Jack McGee, Brian Banner. 2008 Betty Ross, Nick Cage Hulk, Caiera. 2008 Hulk, Glenn Talbot, and Avengers Hulk, and Elloe Kaifi. So
good riddance to that fucking name, I'll tell you. I don't want either of us to have to say it again. He can die. That's fine. It's a she. It's a woman.
She.
Damn it! I feel bad now. Instantly guilty.
So, in the first day, 4 out of the 5 Hulks, normal Hulks in this are dead, and the only one on left is the 70s Hulk.
That's what happens. First of all, that's amazing. Lou Ferrigno is alive and well, and I'm psyched. But this goes to show you that a Hulk gets cocky, and then they don't have powers. Just perseverance and just like a mindfulness of your dangers around you, completely out the window. You don't have them because you're not invincible. So idiots. Good for you, Lou Ferrigno. I'm excited, even with your orange feet.
Mhm. So night one. Absorbing Man destroys Oi's 2003 Bruce Banner's supplies while he's asleep. Tyrannus thinks about winning, which sounds like a Tyrannus thing to do, to think about winning.
It's pretty tyrannical.
The next definitely seems in character for this person. Grandmaster sings himself to sleep. Rio and the leader talk about the tributes that are still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Hiro-Kala, Hulkson, and Howard the Duck talk about the tributes that are still alive. 2003. Oh wait, 2003 Hulk is still alive as well. So it's 70s Hulk and 2003 Hulk are both still alive.
That's a close one. We get the Hulk you and I are currently in love with, and also Shrek. That's great. The high jumping, always growing Shrek.
Yes.
Hulk.
So the 2003 Hulk stays awake all night. Gargoyle receives clean water from an unknown sponsor.
Lucky fuck.
Yep. Hiroim attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Abomination receives medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. I wonder what evil guy I sent him that. The 70s David Banner thinks about winning. Skaar and the 90s cartoons She-Hulk huddle for warmth, which is a little bit weird. I don't know what that would technically be considered a relationship.
Good TV.
Because
it'd be considered good TV.
Wait a
minute.
The cousin of Skaar's father.
You know what, John? I think it depends on what state you're in.
Yeah. I don't even actually know what that would actually technically kind of would be.
I think they're second. I think they're second cousins. Yeah, I think they're second cousins. Absolutely. And you know what? That's not first cousins, so it ain't as bad.
It's not as bad. Miek thinks about winning. The Bi-Beast tends to Rick Jones's wounds.
Oh, that's very kind of both of his heads.
Yes.
Nice.
Oh man. 2003 Betty Ross screams for help. The Red King and Toadman sleep in shifts. Rocky, Maestro, Joe Fixit, Grey Hulk, and Elaina Marks sleep in shifts. 2003 Thunderbolt Ross tends to the other Rick Jones's owns A-Bomb's wounds. So both the two Rick Joneses in this are having their wounds tended to.
They must be very charming.
Mm-hmm. And then we have our I think first death of the night, which is Dr. Claudia Baxter dies of dysentery.
They've been there for one day. That means she had dysentery before even getting to the damn games. What district was she from? They are unfortunately not well fed.
I think she was from District 12.
That sucks. District 12. Take care of your people's diets. My God. It's very important.
Maybe she has been giving all of her food to the animals at her zoo.
That does sound like her. Damn you, Dr. Baxter, and your wildlife. I got nothing. Continue.
Conservation.
Yeah, that's the one.
All right. So, 2008 Bruce Banner aids Lou Ferrigno's Hulk's food, killing him. Oh no, Lou Ferrigno's gone.
Oh, his slow motion snarls will be missed.
Oh yes.
Goodness.
Brandon as Matthew McConaughey Hulk She-Hulk has received an explosive from an unknown sponsor. He'll probably have some fun with that. Korg tends to his wounds. I don't know how you tend to rocks.
His own wounds.
Yeah, his own wounds.
I just see him. I just saw him like putting a little band-aid on his knee, and it's just the sound of a band-aid going over a gravelly rock, and that's it. That's all he did.
Yep.
That's gonna smart in the morning.
MCU She-Hulk also receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Doc Samson cries himself to sleep. So I guess even though Doc Samson is a therapist, he can't be a therapist to himself.
The people who become and study psychology and therapy are usually the people who need it the most. So I don't disagree with that at all.
Amadeus Cho and Zzzax tell stories about themselves to each other.
Oh, that's nice.
I imagine, but I can't imagine that's will make them be happy with each other, being that Amadeus Cho is a hero and Zzzax is a villain.
Well, maybe they find common ground this way.
Maybe. So day 2, Joe Fixit Greyhawk and Rio hunt for other tributes. Hiro-Kala Hulkson shoots a poisonous dart into Zzzax's neck, slowly killing him.
Oh!
And not sure how that works, or is killing a man made out of electricity with a blow dart, but okay.
You know what? The guy doesn't have his powers. Everyone's fair freaking game.
Yeah.
You and I could die from blow darts if we didn't have our powers. Think about that.
Definitely. Well, I just as far as I was using Baxter, I saw some sad news. So earlier today, 2 shows that I watched got canceled, and now a 3rd show that I watched just got canceled.
What?
So earlier, Batwoman got canceled. I was in season 3, and then and a little bit after that, Space Force, which is a Netflix show, got canceled.
Damn it!
I
like
season
Space
2.
Force.
And then just now, it was announced that Legend of Tomorrow also got canceled, which that's in 7th season, and
they got to 7. Holy shit!
Which it honestly kind of pisses me off because because if you're that far into a show of 7 seasons, you should be allowing that season that show to have a proper ending, but they didn't. They canceled the show like 3 months after they stopped airing the last episodes from last season. So there's no ending. They're 7
not going to get to go
end into a show, and you're not allowing them to end it. That's kind of messed up.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah,
that's messed up. Because that's the type of thing they need to. That's a great. I don't know if the show's had ups and downs since when I was watching last, but when I was watching last, they were doing quite well, and it was a lot of fun. Like just a fun, lighthearted DC show.
Fun show.
Yeah.
I loved how ridiculous that show was, and it's so sad that now they're not gonna be able to finish it.
Yeah.
I'm
even more saddened about Space Force because I got into Space Force immediately, and I was like, look, if it was like The Office, for example, Steve Carell wasn't a star when The Office came out. But they gave it more of a chance than Space Force. Season 1 of The Office is not very good. If you watch the first 6 episodes, it's not very good.
Yeah, I had trouble getting through the first episode of The Office.
They copy the UK version almost verbatim. in the first couple episodes. It's not great. And then second season, they bloom and they blossom and they realize, oh, American audiences need to see a character that's a little bit more charismatic and a little more likable than the one in the UK. So it's weird just to let some from 10, 20 years ago find their footing and other ones get canceled after 2 seasons. Like I'm going to watch the rest of season 2 of Space Force, but I mean, maybe I'm part of the problem. I didn't watch Space Force season 2 quick enough or something, but it was only a month ago that it came out. So
it's just really sad. Like all 3 of these shows get canceled in one day, and also the same day that we're recording this is John Watts stopped being the director for the Fantastic Four, which is really sad because I think he would have been a fantastic job.
Behind why? Like they hadn't started recording,
basically it says that he just wanted to take a break from making comic book films, and and Kevin Feige put out a statement saying I understand that and wish him all the best. So he said hopefully we can and do something again in the future, but it's just sad all these things happen in the same day. Like oh my god,
that's a lot. But they're thankfully right now we're living in a time where when it comes to TV shows, there's more where that came from because there's too many damn shows, period. But there'll be something else better soon. And you know what? If enough people make a big stink about certain shows, they'll come back. They'll come back in a bit.
Oh yeah,
which never used to be the case. You never see that.
Yeah,
a show gets canceled, you never see it again. But now it's like show gets canceled, people rally, and the fans get their way a lot of times.
All right, so let's get back to this. Is Gamma Games? It's a bit more lighthearted and fun than and talking about shows that we like getting canceled.
Oh, I'm having a blast.
So let's see, a Abomination and constructs a shack. Amadeus Cho goes hunting. Doc Samson defeats the Toadmen in a fight, but spares their life. Maestro travels to higher ground. Miek scares 2003 Hulk off.
It's amazing.
Yep.
2003 Hulk's just like, what the fuck is that? Is that something from 2016 in my universe? Well,
yeah. Why is it wearing a suit?
Couldn't tell if it was dead or not for a second.
Oh my god. Skaar, our Brandon as Matthew McConaughey Hulk, 90s cartoon She-Hulk, and Korg all work together to raid the 2008 Hulk, or not 2008 Hulk, but 2008 Bruce Banner's camp while he is hunting. Grandmaster also goes hunting. Howard the Duck searches for a water source, which is probably not a great thing to do as someone who can't swim. But
yes, but that is very telling as a waterfowl how much he needs that, despite not being able to swim in it. I'm glad he's looking for one.
Hiroim discovers a cave. 2003 Thunderbolt Ross tries to sleep through the entire day. The leader picks flowers, which just sounds like a hilarious thing. Just watch the leader just la-di-da-di-da, I'm gonna pick some flowers.
He's distracted by the flowers. He has so much brain that his attention span is very short. That's fair.
Yep.
I'm like that sometimes. I don't have a lot of brain though. No comment.
Probably have more than me.
Take the self-talk down a little, John.
It's the Red King and Rocky, Tyrannus, 2003 Betty Ross, and Rick Jones, A-Bomb all hunt for other tributes. And then as well, 2003 Bruce Banner, Rick Jones, Dr. Elaina Marks, Absorbing Man, and Gargoyle will also hunt for other tributes. Bybeast thinks about home, his home in the sky. 70s David Banner goes hunting. And then the MCU She-Hulk falls into a frozen lake and drowns. Fun. Great.
No, she was gonna save us all from misogyny. God damn it.
Poor Tatiana Maslany.
No, Tatiana. No. That sucks.
Oh my God. So we this night begins. We hear 4 cannon shots in the distance. We have from District 12, Dr. Claudia Baxter, 70s Hulk from District 2, Zzzax from District 10, and then MCU She-Hulk from District 4.
Not fair. She didn't even get to show her damn show. Problematic or not, I would watch.
Oh my God.
Honestly, I think that show's going to be great. I think people are getting a little stupid about whether or not it's going to be good or not based on. I think let the show speak for itself. Stop, because they're going to start changing it, and that's a Sony move right there. That is some Sony shit.
Yeah, I really think that it's a situation like with when before the Guardians of the Galaxy came out, and people didn't expect that was going to be good.
Ooh.
But it was just real. But it was weird and awesome when it came out. I think that's
have faith in your studio and your creative people. Yeah, and I think that you, well, to me anyways, you've brought the Hulk into the spotlight in a way that I want more Hulk, and I'm annoyed the fact that they have not done more with. They've done a lot with Ruffalo's Hulk, but they haven't done as much as they could, and hopefully Universal and everything, that whole bullshit. They get out of that smokescreen of acting like the Hulk doesn't deserve his own movie that way. I hope they get into some Hulk stories.
I'm
that's why I was hoping about She-Hulk.
I'm really holding out hope that we get a World War Hulk film, like having and if you can't have Hulk in the title, I know because of Universal, just like make it be like name it something like a Avengers World at War or something. I mean, something like that.
In a year from now, Disney's going to buy Universal, so don't worry about it. They're gearing up. They're saving up money. They're saving up for that next purchase.
I don't know if they'll be allowed to buy anymore because they're because of the legally with the U.S. government and. They had a lot of trouble with Fox, with trying to buy Fox because of the monopoly aspect.
Oh, because they're not allowed to own this much already. Yeah. and they I think do. My God.
I think the most likely situation is whether it be with Universal or with Sony, is that they may buy Hulk and Spider-Man and back, but not buy the entire company because it's not because they can't.
Yeah, and that's fair. I would rather see that happen than anything. What's funny to me is that there's even a monopoly rule in place, and then you look at what Disney owns right now, and it's like, are you sure there's one? Are you guys sure? Because the graph showing me what they own already, holy shit, man. Like, that's a monopoly. Boom.
Yeah.
Done. That's crazy.
It doesn't help that that the second biggest is movie studio, which is Warner Brothers, has massive amounts of controversy. So people are less likely to want to go see their films.
Yeah, because in a lot of ways, fuck Warner Brothers. I used to love Warner Brothers, but lately, meh. But anyways,
when I was a kid, it's probably because there wasn't nearly as many Marvel films back then. But like, I watched more DC than I watched Marvel when I was a kid. But
me too.
But like now, like you see, like Marvel, they got their A game. DC, they're only starting to get their A game with like stuff with like the Suicide Squad, and Peacemaker,
Yeah, they're learning.
I and like Shazam as well. Like
the Batman, as long as it was still a better Batman than Ben Affleck ever gave me. Mm-hmm. So I'm stoked about that. But it could have been shorter.
I think the only thing I would say against the Batman is just I want a Batman film that's more fun. And not and I don't think it needs to every time just get darker and darker. And
I would argue with you that one was not as dark as people say it is. In tone, in music, and maybe in like subject matter, yes, it is dark, but the humor in it is some of my favorite things about it.
I think out loud there was some good humor in that. I really like the thumb drive joke in some.
Yeah, and just how unwaveringly serious he is, even though Commissioner Gordon or Sergeant Gordon or whatever he is at the point.
I think I'm
just like, it's so funny.
I think I'm more annoyed by the seriousness, just mainly because of the Joker, because I want a fun Joker. I don't want serious Joker again.
I don't even want a Joker at all for a long while. I'm annoyed as shit at the amount of Joker we've got.
The only way I would want another Joker is if they give us one that is ridiculous, over the top, and hilarious. Like do something that is completely opposite of what you've been trying to do, and instead of trying to mimic the darkness of Heath Ledger's epic Joker, or do something completely different instead of don't just trying to give us gross Joker with Jared Leto, and then even grosser Joker with Barry
Keoghan.
Yeah, Barry Keoghan. No, I don't. That's not what I want.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, as grounded and as scary and as serious and as dark as Heath Ledger's Joker was. That shit was one of the funniest things Heath Ledger's ever did. The fact that he was in a fucking nurse outfit while walking away from an exploding hospital, and he's like, the detonator didn't work. Oh, what's going on? Like, there's so many funny moments in an incredibly serious movie.
It just saddens me because like the Joker, that was my favorite villain as a kid, and it was because I saw this ridiculous, funny Joker in lots of cartoons, and
the Mark Hamill Joker.
You don't get, but you don't really get that much in live action, and not anymore, at least.
Do you ever watch, or have you ever watched the Harley Quinn TV cartoon?
I do. I do watch that, and I love Alan Tudyk's Joker. Okay, that's like that is really the Joker I want in live action. He's ridiculous. He's over the top.
So selfish.
He's hilarious. Like,
he's absorbed with himself. I really love the way they portray him.
I've said this before, or I'll say it again. The only way I want the Joker to be terrifying is that he makes you question yourself and be like, where you're like, I'm laughing at this guy getting killed. Is there something wrong with me? That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
It'd be that hilarious. So you are questioning your own sanity when you watch him.
Yeah. That's what I got when I was a kid and I watched Jack Nicholson, the legend that he is. Jack Nicholson like zapped somebody with his zappy hand thing, his joke palm thing, and electrocute a guy to death. And then he says, "That guy was always hot under the collar."
Yeah, that was.
It just drives me nuts.
He was a great Joker. And if there were if they're not willing to make a new Joker that's actually fun and not just super serious, I wouldn't mind if they since they're bringing back Michael Keaton, find a way to bring back Jack Nicholson as the Joker.
Oh man,
that would be.
I don't
cool.
know that.
I don't know how you would do it because he's supposed to have died, but
well, he's also him as an actor. He's also retired. I guess he's showing some early signs of Alzheimer's, and he's decided in his moments of lucidity, he's decided not to act anymore. And I understand that. I get his legend is pretty crazy good, and I understand him being bashful about going back to acting for even a small thing like that. But I get it, and also his character has died. But I know what you mean, though. I know what you mean.
It would be really cool to have like another confrontation between Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson.
I think they could do it if they find an actor who can impersonate him in a way and maybe digitize the face with his permission, of course. But it's tricky. It's very
honestly
tricky.
I feel like actually Mark Hamill, that he looks if you take off his beard, he looks looks a lot like how Jack Nicholson looked in the at least before he got put in the chemicals in that film, if I remember. I think you could easily just place him in that role in live action and put some prosthetics on, make him look even more like how Jack Nicholson did. It would be great.
I think it just to hear Mark Hamill's Joker laugh again, regardless of if they were trying to make him look like Nicholson at all. I think him just playing Joker and doing the Joker laugh that he did, where it was like, like that old thing that he does as Joker is so fucking good, and it's I miss him. That was a character of cartoons that was so perfect.
It was great. Yeah.
All right, let's get back to these Hunger Games.
Yeah. 70s David Banner receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Wouldn't be surprised if it was Josie.
She's like, if I don't give him food, he will never write me. He'll never come see me. And she looks at the window for 45 minutes.
Puts a note with the food saying, "Do you ever have fish for breakfast?"
She says it's some fish. She's like, "Here's breakfast." Josie, you son of a bitch.
God. Oh man,
amazing.
Joe Fixit Grey Hulk tries to treat his infection. Rocky and Hiroim hold hands, which is really interesting to see Rocky holding the hands of this alien.
That's true. He'd be like, "Man, what's going on here? I'm just trying to stay alive, though." Cool. Far out, groovy, whatever people said in the 70s.
2003, Hulk climbs a tree to rest. That's one strong tree.
Must be a redwood. Yep.
Miek receives some clean water from an unknown sponsor.
Oh, Miek cleaning up.
Rick Jones owns A-Bomb, ends 90s She-Hulk, 2003 Bruce Banner, and Abomination away from his fire. Tyrannus for a second time thinks about winning.
He's got nothing better to do. Jeeves, come on.
Brandon and as Matthew McConaughey Hulk thinks about home. Oh my god. So Korg attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful.
Even with him being rocks, he could just keep going. Oh, that's a shame. Oh well.
Sad.
He's not the right kind of rock. He's not Flint.
I guess. Doc Samson and the Toadmen and sleep in shifts. The leader quietly hums. Maestro tries to treat his infection. Gargoyle receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor.
So many explosives.
Yep. Rio tends to his wounds. Skaar passes out from exhaustion. Rick Jones passes out from exhaustion. The 2003 Betty Ross cries herself to sleep. Amadeus Cho and Howard the Duck hold hands.
Yeah, I thought I'd team up.
Oh my god.
Or is the sorry, I'm doing like the Seth Green Howard the Duck. The original Howard the Duck would have been like, yeah, I thought I'd team up. I don't even know how he's like it's been a while, but he's so positive sounding.
Yeah. Hiro-Kala, Hulkson, the Red King, and Grandmaster and Dr. Elaina Marks tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood.
Oh, nice.
I bet Red King and Grandmaster both have some great ghost stories from Skaar.
Of course, that place is filled with ghosts. It's terrifying to live there.
Absorbing man questions his sanity. The Bi-Beast convinces it is 2003 Thunderbolt Ross to snuggle with him.
Okay. Right after I do this Dodge Ram commercial.
I bet Thunderbolt Ross probably like snuggled between his two heads.
Of course. I don't know which head I like more, but I'll tell you this much. I'm really covered. Sam Elliott, right? That was Sam Elliott?
I think so.
I can't do that deep, but I can do that slow.
Yeah, I believe it was Sam Elliott who in the Hulk 2003.
Yeah, the only two people who played Sam Elliott, or the only two people who played Thunderbolt Ross are Sam Elliott and William Hurt.
Yeah, he was the one who played Aid Ross.
Yeah.
All right, so and then in 2008, Bruce Banner starts a fire. And then day 3 starts. Hiro-Kala Hulkson sees smoke rising in the distance, but again decides not to investigate.
Yes, why would you? Couldn't be anything going on there. Smoke happens. That's what I've learned.
Grandmaster attacks 2008 Bruce Banner, but he manages to escape. Amadeus Cho is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Rio and Skaar work together for the day. Rick Jones and Korg fight the leader and Howard the Duck. And Rick Jones and Korg are the ones who survive.
Oh so my God!
The leader and Howard the Duck are both dead.
Rick Jones and Korg.
Yep.
Gee, the duo for the freaking ages. That's amazing. I mean, Don't get me wrong. Howard the Duck dying, it's both sad and expected. But the leader, wow. Good job. Good job, Korg and Rick Jones.
Yup. 2003, a Thunderbolt Ross begs Maestro to kill him.
Oh no!
Maestro refuses, keeping aping a 2003 Thunderbolt Ross alive. Damn.
He couldn't handle waking up between the beasts' heads.
Oh,
He's like, what have I done? I can't live with myself.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's
my God.
dark.
That's a shame. Please kill me. He's like, nope.
No. Abomination
Wow.
defeats its 90s cartoon She-Hulk in a fight, but spares her life.
Oh, good. That's nice.
So fix it. It travels to higher ground. 2003 Hulk, Miek, and 70s A's David Banner successfully ambush and kill 2003 Betty Ross, Rocky, and Hiroim. Wow.
Oh my God.
Okay. So,
Damn.
day 3 has been a hard one so far.
Yeah.
Not
So
as
we're not
hard
getting
as
a Rocky too.
not as hard as the first day, but it was this a lot.
Still, that's a lot. Yeah.
By Beast hunts for other tributes.
There.
Dr. Elaina Marks steals AOs from 2003 Bruce Banner while he isn't looking.
Yes. Ha! Take that, Eric Bana, you fuck.
The Red King tends to absorbing man's wounds.
He's just gonna absorb them. You put on a freaking bandage, it's gone. No point. Wasting your time, dude.
So I guess the absorbing man just absorbed the red skin from the Red King. So now the absorbing man is also red, I guess.
He's also red. Everybody's red.
Tyrannus and the Toad Men track down and kill Rick Jones' A-bomb. Gargoyle practices his archery. And then Doc Samson steals from Brandon as Matthew McConaughey Hulk while he isn't looking. All right, so as night 3 starts, we hear 6 shots in the distance. The leader from District 3, Howard the Duck from District 4, 2003 Betty Ross from District 3, Rocky from District 12. I don't remember hearing Rocky dying, but
Rocky died in an ambush. Yeah. Him and Betty Ross.
From District 9, Rick Jones A-bomb from District 7. So the night 3 starts and Dr. Elaina Marks attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful.
But she's still alive?
Yes, she's still alive. Did you think your cat was doing anything in the background? And I saw you looking back at it.
She's like, don't touch me. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see
that hate.
Paw. Yeah.
She's like, don't touch me. All right. I'm back. Let's do this.
All right. So Korg cries himself to sleep. Really sad.
Oh.
Grandmaster stays awake all night. Okay. 2003 Thunderbolt Ross, Skaar, and Maestro discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Gargoyle climbs a tree to rest, which sounds definitely like something a gargoyle would do. Brandon as Matthew McConaughey Hulk and 90s cartoon She-Hulk sleep in shifts. Joe Fixit a Gray Hawk defeats Rio in a fight but spares his life. If you know that Rob is gonna like that.
Yeah, really.
The Toad Men track down and kill 2003 Hulk.
I think you're gonna say Elaina Marks. So scared that she'd die from the Toad Men.
Oh my god.
2003 Hulk. Okay, 2003 Hulk is dead. All right, Toad Men. It makes sense. But Elaina better be all right, right? She hasn't died.
So
Has
far,
she didn't die while I was
so
peeing.
far she's fine. The last we heard was that she's attempted to start a fire but was unsuccessful.
Well, we're all tempted.
70s David Banner, the Red King, and the Bi Beast discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. 2003 Bruce Banner, Rick Jones, Amadeus Cho, and Doc Samson sleep in shifts. Absorbing Man and 2008 Bruce Banner tell stories about themselves to each other. Hiro-Kala, Hulkson, sees a fire but stays hidden. Miek is awoken by nightmares. That's really sad.
I would be too if I was Miek. I'll be honest with you. Meek's seen a lot of shit. He's also died multiple times, I feel.
Yeah.
Last time I died, I had a lot of nightmares after. Right? Yeah. You were there.
Oh, yes. Abomination lets Tyrannus into his shelter. That's probably not a good thing. Two supervillains in a shelter together.
Yeah, but all he's gonna do is think about winning, so it's okay. I think Tyrannus is the least threat available.
All right, so day 4, Gargoyle receives some clean water from an unknown sponsor.
Nice.
Probably someone in the Soviet Union, because Gargoyle's from the Soviet Union. Rio, Joe Fixit, Grey Hulk, Rick Jones, and Hiro-Kala, Hulkson hunt for other tributes. The Toad Men receive fresh food from an unknown sponsor, and I'm just going to say, because I think it's funny, I'm going to say that the unknown sponsor gave them fresh frog meat, just to be mean to them.
That is rude. They're like, what are we gonna eat this? And then they're like, well it is all that's here. Messed up.
Doc Samson thinks about home. The Bi Beast begs for 2003 Bruce Banner to kill him, but he refuses, keeping the Bi Beast alive.
I love that that's a recurring thing. That's fantastic. Yeah.
The Korg runs away from Brandon as Matthew McConaughey Hulk.
Jesus. Oh no, he's gonna pull me off. All right. He's coming after him. And he's like, carry on, my wayward son. And he's like, oh no, he's quoting things.
Oh my god. Dr. Elaina Marks receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor.
Hey, it was me. It was me,
yes,
damn it.
It probably was.
I sent her a hatchet, and not in a weird way, like rooting for her. Yeah.
And he probably made sure to send one that has her name engraved in it. So, she has signed custom made by you. And it's special for when she kills people with it. So 70s David Banner runs away from Miek. Maestro receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. 2003 Thunderbolt Ross tends to Tyrannus's wounds. 90s cartoon She-Hulk practices her archery.
As we all know, she's famous for. 90s
yes.
Cartoon She-Hulk was a great archer. Amazing.
Absorbing Man thinks about home. The Grandmaster picks some flowers.
Again?
Which sounds like something the Grandmaster would do.
He did it again. Did he not do it twice?
I don't remember if it was him or someone else who did it before,
I think it was Grandmaster, and you were like, tra-la-la, like, I'm picking flowers. Yeah, that's weird. Again, he's doing that. He's got...
God.
Damn it.
I mean, that's something that Jeff Goldblum would do.
Yes, agreed.
Abomination
As
explores.
Dr. Malcolm McMillan.
But Abomination explores the arena. Amadeus Cho receives clean water from an unknown sponsor.
Finally.
2008 Bruce Banner receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor.
I am impressed that Edward Norton is still alive. I'm going to be honest with you. I am surprised.
Skaar.
Because I feel like he would annoy people enough that it's like.
Skaar tries to poison and the Red King's drink, but mistakes it for his own and dies.
Oh, classic Skaar. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know much about that guy. But the fact that he poisoned himself.
He'd be smarter than that. He's Hulk's son, but whatever.
Well, so, maybe genius intellect skips a generation.
I guess. So we as the night falls, we hear two cannons in the distance. 2003 Hulk from District 2 and Skaar from our Hulkson from District 7. And as
Vaya con Dios. Sorry.
What did you say?
I just said Vaya con Dios. I mean, go with God. I think that's what it means.
Okay. Brandon as Matthew McConaughey Hulk attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Rick Jones, Abomination, Miek, 2003 Bruce Banner, and Maestro sleep in shift. 2003 Thunderbolt Ross tries to sing himself to sleep. The By-Beast attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful.
Using Korg's face. He still can't do it. But Korg's dead.
Actually, I don't think he is.
Okay, continue. We'll find out soon.
I gotta say, man, this next one, I'm really sorry, man.
Don't do it.
I know
it's not you. No!
Falls into a pit and dies.
Oh my God, not even at the hand of anybody else. She just dies from a pitfall.
Yep. Rio,
she's destined to repeat herself. Damn.
Rio tends to his wounds. Joe fixes a Hulk and a Red King hold hands. Hiro-Kala defeats Amadeus Cho in a fight, but spares his life. Korg again and thinks about home and all of his rock friends. 2008 Bruce Banner, Tyrannus, and 90s cartoon She-Hulk discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. The Toadmen and Grandmaster huddle for warmth.
Fair. It seems like a wonderful snuggly scene, and I'm fine with it, but also like I'm done with it. Let someone use their explosive on that.
I like to play to headcanon that as Grandmaster is trying to sleep, they're all just licking him.
Well, that's what Toadmen do, right?
Yes, they're toads.
It's toads. They're gonna lick a man when he's down. Yeah, maybe they think they're helping.
70s David Banner begs for Zorbing Man to kill him. He refuses.
He refuses?
Yep, keeping 70s David Banner alive. Gargoyle repeatedly stabs Doc Samson to death with sighs.
Oh my God!
Day 5. Rick Jones picks flowers. Oh,
he finally found those flowers. That's good.
Hiro-Kala forces Amadeus Cho to kill either Rio or Abomination. He refuses to kill either of them, so Hiro-Kala kills him instead.
Wow.
This being Hulkson, I imagine Hulk would be very ashamed of you, Hiro-Kala.
Damn. Damn. You're thinking like aftermath when like everyone's gonna die. It's okay. One person's gonna live, right?
Yup.
Oh my god.
Ain't
Elaina Marks. I'm so sad.
Sadly not. 2008, Bruce Banner chases Brandon as Matthew McConaughey Hulk. 2003, Bruce Banner, the Beast, 90s cartoon or She-Hulk, and the Toad Men hunt for other tributes. Absorbing Man makes a slingshot. Korg, Joe Fixit Grey Hulk, Grandmaster, and the Red King raid Tyrannus's camp while he is hunting. 70s David Banner explores the arena. Maestro hunts for other tributes. 2003 Thunderbolt Ross fishes. Miek camouflages himself in the bushes.
Yes, as Miek does. That's good.
Yes. Gargoyle dies of dysentery.
Well, you know what? Some people get when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah.
That's what Ian McMillan says. Is that what Emmy called him? I laugh to this day that Emmy guessed that Ian Malcolm's name, or Ian McSexyPants as she called him once, was Ian McMillan, which is the lamest sounding name for a Jurassic Park. Anyways,
which is sad because she insists that Jurassic Park is one of her favorite franchises. And she can't think of Dr. Ian Malcolm's name.
He's in like arguably the two best Jurassic Park movies ever made, and yet the name that rings true in her head was Ian McMillan. All right. Anyway, I adore Emmy for her failures.
Yes.
It's great.
All right, so we hear 4 cannon shots heard in the distance, and first of them from District 12 is Dr. Elaina Marks. She will be missed.
Yes, she will.
Dr. Samson from District 8. Amadeus Cho from District 7.
Good riddance.
Gargoyle from District 11.
About time. Go haunt a cathedral.
And as the night starts, Rio stabs Brandon as Matthew McConaughey Hulk in the back with a trident.
No!
Oh, man.
And he was probably like, all right.
All right.
Just one.
Mm-hmm.
Or like, oh, something
Yep.
like that, maybe.
Yep. But Maestro stays awake all night. The Beast is Korg, and 70s David Banner cheerfully sing songs together.
I love that anybody's doing anything cheerfully still.
2003, a Bruce Banner stabs Rick Jones with a tree branch. And I shall add into canon that this is a branch of Groot.
And he says, yeah, we are Groot. And he just stabs the guy. He's like, I guess. Fuck.
Man.
Ow.
The Red King goes to sleep. 2003 Thunderbolt Ross. 2008 Bruce Banner. 90s cartoon She-Hulk. And the Absorbing Man tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood.
John, this repetitive nature that this game has set up is hilarious. Just the amount of times that the same thing has happened with different groups of people. If a Hunger Games movie or book happened this way,
I mean,
there would be riots.
Probably
in the
because I did double the amount of players as there's supposed to be. So they probably reused as events. And annoyingly, it didn't save any of the custom events that I tried adding to the game. So, yeah.
We've had 5 people like pick blueberries or whatever the hell it is. Just like wander through the. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. It's hilarious. Continue.
The Toadmen see a fire but stay hidden. Hiro-Kala attempts to start a fire but is unsuccessful. Joe Fixit shoots a poisonous dart into Tyrannus's neck, slowly killing him.
No time.
Abomination tends to the Grandmaster's wounds. I can't imagine he has good bedside-eyed manner, and also he's probably not very precise with his needle skills. Miek quietly hums, which sounds like something Miek would do.
It sounds wonderful. It sounds very relaxing.
Day 6 starts. Joe Fixit, Rio, Absorbing Man, Maestro, and the 2003 Bruce Banner track down and kill 90s cartoon She-Hulk. So now both of our She-Hulks have been killed.
That doesn't bode well for the She-Hulk series, which is also feeling like it's being killed. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Take that away. Pretend I didn't say it.
The Toadmen received medical supplies from an unknown sponsor, probably someone from someone on their airship out in space. The Red King hunts for other tributes. The 2003 Thunderbolt Ross constructs a shack. 70s A's David Banner defeats the Grandmaster in a fight, but spares his life. Hiro-Kala is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Abomination questions his sanity. Korg stalks 2008 Bruce Banner.
Oh.
Yes.
You're not my Banner.
Oops.
Just, oh man, the vengeance I'm experiencing for that. That's
you?
Interesting. Yeah. I don't like you.
Why are you so skinny?
Like half your movies. Yeah. You demanded too many rewrites. And stabs him. That's a notorious Edward Norton thing.
Yeah. Yeah. The Barbies and Miek split up to search for resources.
They're probably gonna fuck. Just saying. Sorry to get blue.
And then as the night starts, we hear 4 cannons in the distance. From District 6, Brandon as Matthew McConaughey Hulk has joined the underworld, and he's and I imagine he is imagine up in the sky or actually or from the ground. People just hear since he's in the underworld. People just hear, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Why? Oh yeah. That's amazing.
Isn't that McConaughey thing?
No, it's all right.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Your age. I don't blame you at all for getting that wrong, and I love you for it. But it's so much funnier that. Yeah.
From District 6, Rick Jones. From District 11, Tyrannus. And from District 4, the 90s cartoon She-Hulk.
Wait a minute. Hold the presses. Tyrannus, no matter how much he thought about winning, didn't freaking win? Crazy.
No,
Crazy.
He didn't.
You can't fake it till you make it, boys. Or girls, people, gender fluid.
All right. As the night goes on, Hiro-Kala and Abomination huddle for warmth.
Here we go again. Okay, I'm ready. Hit me.
The
Hit me with
Toad
it.
Man begs the Red King to kill them, but he refuses, keeping them alive. Miek and 2003 Thunderbolt Ross huddle for warmth. Thunderbolt Ross must really be into some weird stuff. He's huddling for warmth with the Beast and now Miek.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, "You're not as big as the Beast, but I respect it, and that's fine. Have you ever sat in the luxurious seats of a Dodge Ram?" That's what he should ask him. And Meek's like, and he doesn't know what the hell he's saying. He's like, "That's right. That's what I thought." And then they just snuggle up closer.
Mm-hmm.
Continue. I'm sorry.
Oh my god. The absorbing man receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. 70s David Banner receives fresh food as well from an unknown sponsor. The 2003 Bruce Banner receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. I'm going to put into headcanon that David Banner had better watch that food that he got, because it's probably from Keith for being mad that his first love interest got killed.
Yeah, you fucked up. You fucked up.
Even though it wasn't David Banner who killed her.
It's still his fault. Somehow, for some reason.
The Beast kills Rio while he's sleeping, and Rob cries.
Fair. Fair. The Beast, you know God. What? You say it, you either make the joke that goodbye Beast, or you make the joke that Curiosity killed the Beast.
Well, the Beast didn't die. Rio died. Beast killed him.
Damn it!
Rio being
Rio
being Rob's favorite character from the 80s cartoon.
Son of a bitch. The Beast lasts another day. Well, I got two jokes to say when that fucker dies.
Yes, you
and
do.
Neither of them are that good. As you've just heard.
2008 Bruce Banner receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Grandmaster tends to his wounds. Korg quietly hums. Probably sweet melodies is from New Zealand.
More than likely, yes.
Joe Fixit and Maestro run into each other and decide to truce for the night.
No, there's no time for truces. What are we on, day 6?
Yep.
Come on! Kill each other, for God's sakes. Sorry.
And as the day begins, we have the feast. The cornucopia is replenished with food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs from the tribute's families.
Damn it!
2008 Bruce Banner decides not to go to the feast. Korg decides not to go to the feast. The 2003 Thunderbolt Ross decides not to go to the feast. The Beast, Absorbing Man, 2003 Bruce Banner, and Miek team up to grab food, supplies, weapons, and memoirs. 70s David Banner decides not to go to the feast. The Red King decides not to go to the feast. Joe Fixit and Mysterio get Maestro get into a fight over raw meat, but Joe Fixit decides to give up and run away. Hiro-Kala decides not to go to the feast. The Toadmen take a staff leaning against the cornucopia. The Grandmaster decides not to go to the feast. And the Abomination decides not to go to the feast. And I'm going to put it into headcanon that the memoirs that were grabbed by Beast, Absorbing Man, Bruce Banner, and Miek were from Dr. Elaina Marks, where she was talking about how this weird guy named Keith, for some reason, is stalking her and keeps talking about her.
Yeah, you can't stalk somebody who's dead in 1977. You can't do it. You can't, but you can talk about them. That's for damn sure. I call it honoring their memory, but I guess you'll call it stalking. That's fine. Whatever. She's beautiful. Damn it. And smart.
Oh my god, yep. Well, not smart enough to keep herself from falling in a pit.
Well, this does seem a little rigged.
The absorbing man throws a knife into Miek's chest.
Maestro
runs away from Korg. The 70s David Banner goes hunting. The Red King questions his sanity. I guess that's what happened when you have all the red taken out of you by absorbing man.
About time someone mentioned it. I'm glad.
The 2003 Bruce Banner severely injures Joe Fixit, but puts him out of his misery. So that means that Joe Fixit has died.
You know what? I was really worried that Joe Fixit was going to take it all, and I was going to go, who the fuck is Joe Fixit? And I'm glad I don't have to say that now. Let's continue.
Hiro-Kala and Abomination split up to search for resources. The 2008 Bruce Banner severely injures his 2003 Thunderbolt Ross and leaves him to die. So both the two Bruce Banners that are left severely injured people, and they died because of it. By beast fishes. The Toadmen severely injure the Grandmaster and leave him to die. So, and now we have an arena event. Wolf mutts are let loose in the arena.
Oh my god.
The Toadmen are eaten by wolf mutts.
Oh, finally. Fuck those guys.
The Red King survives.
No.
Hiro-Kala ushers Abomination into a pack of wolf mutts.
Yeah.
70s David Banner survives. Korg survives. As Maestro and 2008 Banner fight, a pack of wolf mutts show up and kill them both. The absorbing man survives. The eye beast knocks Ox 2003 Bruce Banner out and leaves him for the wolf mutts.
Whoa! Wolf mutts took out both previous banners to Mark Ruffalo's banner. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yep.
And
David Banner is the only one who has survived.
Yes.
Of those of the banners, at least.
Yeah.
We hear as the night begins, we hear 10 cannon shots in the distance from District 6. We have Rob's champion in Rio. From District 9, we have Miek. From District 7, we have Joe Fixit, who Keith does not know who is.
Don't know who that is. Sounds like Bob the Builder.
It is Gray Hulk, and it's like supposed to be the smart version of Hulk. In the comics.
Okay. I think I did hear something about him before.
Yep, I'm pretty sure I had a question in the actually in a previous episode about him, which led you to research about the guy. But I guess you forgot in all your research.
I'm very good at forgetting research. I'll admit that.
From District 3, we have the 2003 Thunderbolt Ross. From District 5, the Grandmaster. From District 11, the Toadmen. From District 5, Abomination. From District 10, and we have Maestro. From District 1, we have the 2008 Bruce Banner. And from District 2, we have the 2003 Bruce Banner.
Wow. Big night.
All right. So, As the night goes on Korg and Hiro-Kala threaten a double suicide. It fails, and they both die. Absorbing Man loses sight of where he is.
He absorbed too much. He absorbed himself. He became self-absorbed.
The Red King screams for help. The Bi-Beast defeats a 70s David Banner in a fight, but decides to spare his life.
Oh! Our guy keeps getting by.
So,
oh my God, I'm so nervous for him now.
I'm thinking that Bi-Beast and David Banner are going to be the last people left.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right. So in day 8, the Red King stalks David Banner. And the Bi-Beast is unable to convince the Absorbing Man not to kill him. The Bi-Beast has died.
No! Proof that you have not read this before tonight.
Well, yeah, I wasn't planning on reading this before tonight.
Amazing.
And as the night begins, we hear 3 cannon shots. Korg from District 9, Hiro-Kala from District 8, and the Bi-Beast from District 4.
Damn. Korg.
Yep.
Fuck. Oh, wow.
And as the night continues, the night 8, 70s David Banner and the Abomination, not Abomination, the Absorbing Man talk about the tribute still alive. The Red King is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. And then day 9, Absorbing Man, 70s David Banner, and the Red King hunt for other tributes.
Wow.
As the night begins, there are no cannon shots in the distance.
Oh, shit. They lost the night.
As the night continues, as David Banner passes out from exhaustion, the Absorbing Man stays awake all night. The Red King attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Day 10, the Red King sets off an explosive, killing the Absorbing Man.
Oh, thank God.
David Banner cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide.
Oh, no! Why? No, David. God damn. Of all the things for him to survive, and he's like, well, shit, Absorbing Man's gone. What could I do? I'm just David Banner from the 70s. Shit. Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame.
And so there are 2 cannon shots heard in the distance. Absorbing Man from District 10 and 70s David Banner from District 2. And our winner is the Red King from District 5.
Everyone's favorite. This is the character that you wanted to show up in Thor Love and Thunder, right? You want the Red King to take over Skaar? No.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Since there's
Does it make sense after Grandmaster?
Since there's now Grandmaster's not on taking is not over Skaar anymore, and we're gonna be seeing Skaar again. So there's probably some new leader there.
Jeez, what ridiculousness! That Hunger Games is more exciting than the last 2 Hunger Games movies, in my opinion.
I bet.
And that might be controversial to say, but there, I said it.
I mean, they stretched it into 2 films, which it probably didn't need to be stretched into 2 films. So
yeah, it felt like a real Hobbit situation. Not gonna lie. Yeah, it's a shame.
All right. So, the answer to the trivia question from earlier was you got it correct. It was Karen / Suit Lady in Spider-Man Homecoming.
I thought that was such an odd choice because of the reputation that name was getting, but that actually makes it even funnier. That's fantastic. Woohoo!
I wish that they brought her back in the two equals.
Yeah, what's up with that? But I guess they brought Edith.
It
right?
seemed like they brought Edith in the second one, and then he had no kind of
he'd outgrown AI
voice
in
in the third one, which
interesting.
It's kind of sad to me because I really liked Suit Lady. I think she was a great addition to that film,
and it was a great callback to the idea that Jennifer Connelly was in it to begin with. So
and I think though the reason they cast her wasn't because of the 2003 Hulk film because that was supposed to be like the I guess female version of Jarvis, which it makes sense that she would be the female version of Jarvis because in real life, if Paul Bettany and Jennifer Connelly are married.
I totally forgot that. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Right, Kat? Oh. Yeah.
All right. So, if you like this Gamma Games aims, let us know. And we might in the future do another one. I for one had a lot of fun, and I think Keith had a lot of fun as well.
I had a blast.
So, is there any last things you want to say before we end off this episode, Keith?
This was nuts. I can't believe that Elaina Marks died so sadly, and I can't believe Bill Bixby made it so close to the end, and then he killed himself because Absorbing Man had been. I
guess
it's amazing what random assignment will do with some of your favorite characters. You get so close to this ending that you're like, oh, this is gonna be triumphant, and then it's like, what the shit? Yeah, that was impressive. That was so weird, and I loved it.
Yeah. Would you want to do something like this again?
Oh hell yeah!
Maybe next time we can have you be the one who has to
read them all.
Read it all. We can get your announcer voice.
Yeah. I would gladly do that to do another one, and you get to react.
Yes, you can set up the the characters so that I'm surprised when you show them off to me. That'd be great.
I'm down. I'm down to do it. Let's do it at the end of season 2.
Yep, it's to me a while from now, but yeah, and which. If anyone's wondering, part of the reason why we're doing this is I thought it would be fun to do a little fun thing in the middle of between season 1 and 2 of the 70s Hulk show. Just to give a little bit of a break between the in seasons. But I think this was a pretty fun way to spend that.
Yeah, it was, man. It was great, and I love the idea of having a special episode at the end of each season. So I'm stoked for next time.
Yeah, one thing at some point I might try to do that I think would be also really cool would be trying to create a Hulk Mad Libs.
Oh hell yeah! Yes,
doing that for one of the between seasons things.
Yes,
I think that would be really cool.
That would be fantastic. All Hulk themed Mad Libs would be fantastic.
Because there's a lot of Hulk related words that you could use for those. So
oh hell yeah!
Yep. All right.
Gamma, shorts, veiny, yeah, all sorts of things. Cake. Hell yeah!
Oh my god! All right. Well, thank you for listening. If you like this Gamma Games, please give a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or a 5-star rating on Spotify. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the game. So, and if you would like to try signing you'd like me to try signing like this again in the future, please let me know. And if you'd like to listen to more from me, please subscribe. Many more Gamma analyses is from me coming, so keep on the lookout. This again is your host, Smash Trivia John signing off.